Yo, what's up, guys? How's it going today? So today's date is now May the 22nd, and it's a Thursday. This will be my very final video that I will be filming here in this location because after today, we're starting to pack and moving to a brand new house that was just recently built. So we're very excited to finally move into the new house. We've been waiting a very long time. We're leaving this place here that's by the seaside. It's right next to the beach in a very beautiful area, but it's a little too busy for us, so we're moving a little bit further away into this huge 330 square meter house with 6 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms. So I'm very excited to get this process going, but more importantly, excited to settle into the new house so I can start working full time again. So congratulations to Bitcoin for making a new all-time high. And I do admit that a few months ago, I was extremely bearish, and because there was good reason to be bearish, tons of reasons technically to be bearish. And what is very important to understand is that sometimes a bias will change. And once a bias changes, it's okay, right? You might be bearish for 1 month, but because of new data coming in, it's all right to flip your bias from bearish to bullish. There's a lot of immature investors out there and people on Twitter especially, right? It just shows their lack of experience in the market when Twitter has like an elephant of a memory. And it just makes me kind of laugh that people don't understand the fact that you can be very bearish one moment and the market can flip. It's always very important to do your own research and formulate your own opinion as well, right? So I do admit that, hey man, I was wrong. I'm not going to deny that for a moment. I'm wrong a lot of the times, but it doesn't mean that I don't profit from it, right? As long as you have that maturity and experience in the market to understand that a bias can flip, you will be able to profit and extract profits from the market. So let's talk about Bitcoin right now. We are broken above the $110,000 all-time high. So because we've broken above it, the big question is it going to keep continuing, or is this going to be pretty much a small correction? And then once the small correction happens, it could be a bull trap, right? That's the last thing that we want. So maybe we could still possibly bull trap, but in my opinion, it's eventually going to keep going. I think that this year will probably finish off in a very bullish year. There could even be something like a super cycle that can continue to the upside, right? We never know because institutions right now are aggressively buying and adding to their portfolios. Accessibility from the entire world is increasing drastically right now. So because of this wide stream adoption and these large institutions that are buying, I cannot see it failing anytime soon. I can only see the supply being severely diminished. And once the supply is severely diminished, there's just no liquidity left. So anytime anybody buys even a little bit of crypto, it's going to end up sending it to the moon. So I hope that you guys are here. I ended up adding a very substantial amount to my mini portfolio. I ended up buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, and also Polkadot. And then I'll be looking at adding SUI as well. And that's it. I'm only going to carry these 4 coins for now because I'm just going to put a crap ton of money into these 4 coins and just focus on only these 4 coins that I trust and believe in for now. These other altcoins, I'm going to stay away from them right now. For example, Manta, Beam, all of these guys, I'm gonna stay away from for now. Okay, Superverse, etc. Even though they've all recovered a fairly reasonable amount, right? I'm only gonna focus on the big ones. So if you take a look at Bitcoin on the weekly EMA and also the daily, you can see the 50 EMA, which is the yellow, and also the white line here, which is the 200 EMA. We are trending bullishly above it now for a while. Okay, we can see it trending very, very bullishly above it, above both the 50 and the 200 EMA on the daily, on the weekly. And thank goodness we ended up bouncing right at the 50 EMA on the weekly chart. And then on the monthly chart, we're also doing very well as well. 2 very gigantic green candles that are moving to the upside. And also if you take a look at the bull market support band, which is the 20 SMA to 20 weekly SMA and the 21 weekly EMA, okay? In a bull market, it's generally trending above it. So you can see that most of the times after we end up getting like a crossover, it can snap to the upside and then eventually gets to it. It comes back to it, right? You can see a retracement after it breaks up and then it drops back down over here, and but it ends up trending above it the entire rally. This is in 2020, and then 2021, right? We ended up getting slightly below it, right? We ended up breaking below it over here in 2021, and then it just continues down for a while. So it looks like right now we're about to do a golden crossover again. And once this golden crossover ends up occurring, one of two things is going to happen, guys. We're either going to basically snap back down to maybe the $94,000 region. I'm talking about coming slightly to it again like we've seen before, and then bouncing off of it and continuing. Or it might just keep extending for a good while. So it's still a time to be very cautious, in my opinion, because there is a possibility, like we've seen in the past before, it snaps back down to here. Think of the bull market support band or the EMAs like an elastic band, where if you snap it too far away, it's eventually going to come back to it. So you can see over here that it's staying above everything right now on the daily, right? This is a really, really good sign. And then if you take a look at other indicators as well, such as the super trend indicators, you can see that on the daily, ever since April, we are trending extremely bullishly above this super trend indicator as well. So we've been trending for basically about 43 days now, very bullishly. Now, I can't guarantee anything of how this is going to continue to the upside, but what I do know is that for everything that runs up extremely hard and fast, you're eventually going to have a correction where it's going to get back close to one of these either super trend indicators or EMAs or even the bull market support band. It cannot just keep running forever, so it's extremely important to be cautious. Do I think it's a good time to maybe put in a tremendous amount and leverage in the market right now? I don't think so yet. Not financial advice in any way, but until we clear the high of the $110,000 by a significant amount, and then we get a retracement and a dip, that's going to be a very good time, in my opinion, to go into the market fairly heavily. So if we take a look at some things such as the Bitcoin dominance, right, we can see it was rising significantly, and it rose for the past few days. For like 9 days now, it rose up 4%. This kind of trend line is not really holding that well anymore. But what I do know is that it's making higher highs throughout the whole time, right? It's making a higher high, and it would be great if we got up to around the 72 range, because at 72, that's been a major resistance where we ended up dropping significantly, which begins the altcoin season. So we can see as well that right now we're trying to make a new all-time high for the total one crypto market cap, which is the overall market cap of all of crypto. We ended up making a beautiful higher low type of pattern like that, and it looks like an even expanding diagonal could potentially play out. And once the expanding diagonal ends up hitting somewhere at the top over there, that's where it could mark the beginning of a bear market. So it looks like there's still a tremendous amount of time and energy and space for the market to still keep running. Altcoin markets are a little bit lagging behind because Bitcoin dominance is flying to the upside. We can see that the total one market cap, for example, it's getting closer to the all-time high, but the total three market cap has not really retraced too much yet. And it's also mainly because the majority of people are investing in things like Ethereum and Bitcoin right now. But this is also making a potential expanding diagonal where there's a potential to also hit the top of there as well by 2026. So there's a lot of room for the altcoin market to run, a lot of room for both Bitcoin and Ethereum to run as well. I'm very happy with Ethereum. If you take a look at it, there's a high potential that it's going to hit somewhere up over here eventually, and then eventually break out. But of course, this pattern ends like in 2028, 2029. But once it does break out of there, I think it's going to move up a tremendous amount. I just cannot see Ethereum being overtaken anytime soon. It's a serious contender always for the number one. And I think businesses will continue to be developing dApps on them because it's the first and it's the most well-recognized layer one dApp ecosystem that's going to be heavily developed further. So I wanted to just give you guys a quick market update, 10 minutes, that's it. And I really hope that you guys are starting to DCA into some positions. I'll be DCAing a significant amount further very soon. It is not the time to be scared of the bull market ending anytime soon. And remember that 1 month you could be very bearish. But as more information comes in, if you're mature enough and experienced enough, you will understand that it's all right to flip sides. So other than that, guys, last video that I'll be posting from this location. And the next time I post a video will most likely be sometime next weekend, like in 10 days, when I finally finish moving and settle in. So have a great day, everybody. And congratulations to crypto for having a very nice recovery. And we hope to see crypto continue further to the upside. Have a great day. And if you guys enjoyed my short content like this, just give me a like, guys. Subscribe to my channel. Like me. If you guys want to follow me on social media, just check out my links below in Instagram. Give me a follow on Instagram. I would really appreciate that. Other than that, have a great day and talk soon. Bye now.